Hello, Capricorn. Welcome back to Leaping Lotus Tarot. If you're new here, my name is Addison. Just trying to put my incense on my little holder there. I've got my Lowcountry Gullah deck today. I've already pre-shuffled this a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and just jump right in. I also have my Citadel Oracle deck as well, so let's just see what comes through. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me if you would. Ground yourself in the present moment. Set your intention. Notice your body, notice your breath. Capricorn. Well, interesting with Capricorn, we have the devil that came out a little bit sideways here. Capricorn energy, so validation there that maybe that's who we're speaking to here. Of course, as we know, the devil can kind of represent some toxic habits or addictions, poor decision-making, immorality, or self-sabotage, as mentioned on this card. And then we also have Six of Pentacles. Very different energy. Generosity, charity, support, employment, sharing, and rewards. So it's interesting seeing the duality here of the devil and the Six of Pentacles. So, actually, kind of what I'm getting with that is I don't think that there actually is devil energy here. I think it's just a confirmation that we're speaking to Capricorn or speaking about a Capricorn. If you're not a Capricorn, you know, listening for a Capricorn. Just because we do have that generosity card. And so I'm kind of getting a message of like, there may be perceptions about you, you know, like with the devil energy being Capricorn, you know, that really may not relate or resonate with you at all. You're like, why am I the devil energy? Like, I feel like I'm a very giving, sweet, considerate person. So I feel like that will just need to be said there, that you possibly are a really generous, supportive person, and you really try not to have toxic habits or addictions or, but the word self-sabotage, that actually kind of is coming out for me a little bit. So let's go ahead and ask about that, because even though you're generous with others, I'm wondering if you're not really generous with yourself. So let's start there. Tell me more about self-sabotage here. We have the High Priestess, kind of came out upright and sort of sideways. Mysterious, confident, discerning, creative, insightful, unattainable, and spirituality. Look how gorgeous she is, by the way. Oh my goodness. We also had Ten of Swords in reverse. That's fantastic. So obviously bitterness, failure, enemies, curses, dead ends, violence, physical or spiritual attack, victim consciousness. So, So with the self-sabotage, that may have been something in your past. That may have been something that you kind of had some issues with, but it seems like you're moving out of it since that Ten of Swords is reversed. It's almost like the swords in your back were almost like a self-betrayal at one point. You may have really had some issues around self-worth and worthiness, feeling like, you know, you deserved success, you know, that wasn't really a thing for you. I'm not getting anything about like with the enemies and curses, like, you know, that kind of terminology on that card. I'm not really feeling that for you. You may have had some people that you didn't really, you know, feel compatible with, or maybe felt kind of betrayed by certain people. Maybe people perhaps that you felt generous towards, you know, with that Six of Pentacles. So there may have been people that you gave way too much energy to in the past, that you no longer are doing that with. And you're really coming into your confidence now. But we do have that mystery with the High Priestess. So there's something mysterious about you here. It's almost like, I think you're not really letting people in. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense because the word on here also is unattainable. So there may be people trying to get close to you and they really can't. You won't really let them in because you've sort of learned in the past that you can't trust everybody. You can't be generous with everybody. Because, well, on the Devil card too, there's that poor decision. So I think that maybe just in the past, you may have given people too much of a leash with you. You kind of let them give you the runaround a little bit. That song Runaround by Blues Traveler is in my mind. I believe that's the singer of that song. Very good song. So that's kind of what I'm getting with that. But you're being more discerning now. You're being more insightful, and you're tapping into your intuition about, you know, what's really for you right now, and you're making better decisions in regards to people. That's awesome. So where are you heading towards? What are your goals? or whoever you're listening for, what are their goals? What's the goal here now with this new sort of newfound energy, this newfound discernment? Seven of Cups reversed. So you may be getting clear on something. You may not be trying to juggle as many options or potentials. You might be really trying to hone in on either a certain craft, because we did have creative come through with the High Priestess too. So you may be trying to develop a certain art or skill set that you're trying to develop. We have strength sideways. So I'm getting before, like, you know, like we kind of had self-sabotage. Strength isn't up right here. So it's, I mean, we do have devil energy, and strength and devil energy do kind of go together. But what I'm getting with it being sideways is it's like this gift that you have, this thing that you're wanting to express comes naturally to you. It's not going to take a lot of your effort to make it happen. Now, it's going to take effort in the sense that you have to believe in yourself. You know, you can't let those old patterns and mindsets of not feeling worthy come through and affect you in that way. But as far as it being your skill set and something that you do easily, that part is like unlocked. You don't have to worry about like trying hard to do something that you're already skilled at. The words on this strength card are compassion, sacrifice, healing, resilience, bravery, and courage. Yeah, so compassion and courage are kind of coming through here. Bravery, really strongly for me, about you believing in yourself and knowing that you can give to people again. You know, you can be a Six of Pentacles person and then also not be taken advantage of. We also have Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, beautiful, gorgeous. I love that. So really coming into your own here, being able to share it with others, family, business, empire, inheritance, will, deeds. So there may be something kind of coming into your finances as far as this new creative, not new creative talent, because I feel like you've had this talent for a while, or maybe it was a old talent and it's becoming new again, like you're starting to kind of resurface it. You're starting to believe in yourself and head down that path again. You may have kind of brushed it, swept it under the rug for a little while as you're dealing with some of the self-worth things, but now you're really starting to embrace it. You want to move back into it again. You want to have it serve you. You want your gifts to serve you. Because I mean, you know, what an easy way to make money if it's simple for you to do, you know, really getting clear on that path. With that Seven of Cups reversed as well. Temperance, yeah, coming into balance. We've got balance, restoration, replenish, patience, rejuvenation, calm, and diligence. So that's kind of also giving me discerning energy too. So you're realizing what you need to put your energy and efforts into. If you look at this imagery of this woman in the blue dress, and like she's got all these different pots, you know, like I guess she'd be probably putting water. There's water in them here, so she'd be putting them. But with that, I really sort of get like that discernment energy of like you might have multiple barrels, kind of like you might have Seven of Cups. You may have seven barrels. You may have multiple options here, but you're being strategic in how you want to fill these buckets or put your emotion. Because if we think about cups, right, we don't have cups really here yet, but we may see it. We may see more cups other than the Seven of Cups come through here, but you're trying to figure out what you're going to put your energy towards. And so we also have Five of Swords. Aggression, bullying, hostility, self-sabotage. Again, that word, that phrasing, lack of communication, crime, and fighting back. So this is the imagery, and that's like the sort of vibe of this particular card. But if we think about the Rider-Waite Tarot deck and the Five of Swords, that's that person sort of having like a sort of a smirk on his face, looking back over his shoulder, holding a sword, watching these other people drop the swords and walk off the beach. So I think that the traditional meaning of that card, like I should look into it a little bit further. I don't think it's exactly my direct interpretation of it, but whenever I see that card, I think of looking back at other people who sort of dropped their end of the things, you know what I mean? Like you kind of are like, okay, cool. Like I'm standing here, like still with the intention to move forward. You know, they're the closest one in the imagery. And then there's just other people kind of falling behind, like, yeah, I'm done. Like I'm, you know, and so you may have kind of felt sort of left behind here. And you may just really kind of have to be doing this on your own. And so I think that's what comes with the discerning energy, as we don't have a lot of other energies that we're dealing with here as far as people yet. We can ask about them. But I feel like they're sort of in your past, and it's just kind of, you're just moving forward and being more discerning going forward is what it seems like. Is there any people in your current energy that we need to discuss? Because we do have 10 of Pentacles. So is there anyone currently that wants to come out and say something? King of Swords. There he is. Okay. Structured, disciplined, discerning, ethical, military, legal matters, logic, and power. So that High Priestess may be encountering a King of Swords here pretty soon, or just met him, but discerning, I mean, we've got a lot of repetitive type of terminology coming out here, and it's not necessarily because it's on the cards, it's because it's what I'm saying too. And so it's interesting that that's what's coming out. So it's just affirming the terminology I'm using here that may be speaking to somebody. So tell me more about the King of Swords with this High Priestess. What's his deal? What's his Eight of Pentacles? Okay, this may be somebody you may be working with, which makes sense because we're kind of talking about that sort of, I wanted to say collaboration energy. Now, we don't have Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups coming out, which is typically representative of that. But with this work card, we've got self-employment, new career, dedication, perfecting craft, attention to detail, qualified. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. That's exactly what we were talking about. Self-employment, new career, you know, really getting into that creative space that you either used to be in or are trying to embrace now. Dedication, you really care about it. You're being discerning. You're perfecting that craft. You got the attention to detail. You're qualified for it. You want to know why you're qualified for it? Because it's your gift. It's something that you're naturally good at. You don't have to force it. It just is, okay? And there might be a King of Swords who's going to help you do that. He might be kind of involved in this process, and he might be helpful to you in some way. How is he going to help you with this Eight of Pentacles thing? How is he going to help you in your career? What's his involvement, or what's his... Ten of Wands reversed. That's beautiful. He's helping you carry some things. He's not going to let you do it on your own. You've got a lot of burdens with trying to get this up and going. And so he's going to ease some of that burden. He's going to help take some of it on for you. You're not going to have it all on your plate. You're going to be able to spread it amongst other people, or this person in particular. I'm being reminded of that Six of Pentacles earlier too. If you think about the generosity card, 6 is also a balanced number in that, like 3 and 3. So it's almost like, remember I said too, collaboration energy, like Three of Pentacles, that hasn't come out yet, but there is Three of Pentacles on each side of a Six of Pentacles. So it's like that collaboration, like they're bringing their 3, you're bringing your 3, and together you guys are working in harmony and being generous and helping each other towards this goal. What is the goal? I mean, we know it's your creative talent, but like, what are you trying to achieve with it? Is it money? Is it, what do you really want from it? Page of Swords reversed. So it's kind of like, so let me just read it real quick. Page of Swords, curious, intelligent, tech savvy, calculated, quick learner, delayed news, patient, and direct. And it came out reversed. So actually none of these words are really speaking out. They may be speaking, like resonating for you, but what I'm kind of getting with this Page of Swords reverse is like the Page of Swords upright is a new communication card. And with it being reversed, it's like the goal that you're trying to achieve is like you've been silenced for too long, and it probably was your own doing. If not, it could have been somebody that you were collaborating with before that you gave too much of your time and energy to, that we had talked about before. But really nobody else can silence you. You basically, even if you're around those type of people, by choosing that, you're silencing yourself. So really what I'm getting here is that the goal, you know, you'd think, oh, well, the goal is 10 of Cups. The goal is 10 of Pentacles. The goal is, maybe Hierophant, like marriage or something like that. No, the goal here is actually very self-motivated in the sense that this is a gift that you have. This is a goal that you have, and it's been silenced for too long. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you express your art in some sort of verbal way. Maybe you're a storyteller. Maybe you write books. Like, I'm not really sure, but however you express, it is like a communication card. Swords is communication. So however you have not been telling your story, you no longer want to be silenced about it. You want to come forward and not feel suppressed and be able to be who you truly are, which is awesome. That's the goal. I mean, that's the goal. I asked what the goal was. That's a fantastic goal. That's beautiful, actually. And I love that it's so self-driven too. This is not like, oh, I want something with somebody else. Like, this King of Swords is going to help you, but that's not your goal to like, oh, I just dropped my deck everywhere. Okay. Well, we're going to use a different deck. Actually, I think, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into the Oracle. I want to know a little bit more about this King of Swords energy. I want to know a little bit more about him and how he's helping you, and like what that story looks like for you guys, because we know that you've got this skill set. What is the skill set that he has? Like, how is that going to help you? And like, I guess I just want to know more about that. I haven't used this Oracle deck in a little while, and I'm excited. I really do love it. It always has something really interesting that comes out every time. And this one kind of got stuck on my fingers, so let's see what it is. The Sentinel, determination and certainty. And if you look too, there's sort of like these spears on the side. So again, it's almost kind of like a sword energy. So with that Five of Swords before, it's like people around you before were not sure, or they maybe didn't believe in this path, and you really did, and they sort of dropped their swords and walked off. And you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing this alone. And then this King of Swords comes along and is like, no, I can help you. Let me ease some of your burdens. Let me take on some of this and help you. And there's a determination and a certainty about it. It's like, I really believe that this is going to work for you. I think that you can actually do this. So somebody's actually being very, very helpful. And I guess it's that King of Swords because I was asking about him, right? So he's determined to help you. He believes in what you're doing. Is there anything else? The Witch reversed, experimentation and rebellion. So these particular oracle cards actually do have reversed meanings. So I could look that up, but I'm just going to go ahead, just for time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and interpret that as with rebellion and experimentation. It's like there's such a certainty around this talent that you have. Whatever this is, you're very good at it. Like, you're very good at it. And so with it being reverse of the experimentation, it's funny because it's experimenting in the sense that, like, you're letting this resurface. You don't want to suppress it anymore. You want to give your gift. But there's such a talent here that it's like not even an experiment. It's like, now that you're finally giving this gift how you should, it's going to be successful. It's going to work out because it's like you're no longer rebelling against yourself. You're actually coming forth with like what you really need to do. So it's just gonna flow. Like, it's really gonna be easy, and it's like just not even, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Is there any sort of hint we can get about your gift? Like, I'm so curious, like, what is this gift? The Champion reversed, achievement, downfall. That's like weird. Those like contradict each other. The Champion, achievement and downfall, but it's reversed. That's like actually really confusing. I might have to clarify that with the tarot. We have the Weaver reversed, rediscovery and transition. I mean, we know that you're kind of rediscovering this talent. You're transitioning into something that, you know, like this new job or this new sort of aspect of the gift that you're readdressing. It's interesting that it was kind of reversed, though. I'm not sure how heavily I want to weigh reversals with oracle cards. Like that's my general sort of vibe with oracle cards, but like I said, this particular oracle card does have reversal interpretations. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm just going to have to go ahead and pause this and open this book and read what the reversals are, because I feel like that's going to give me a lot of clarification on the message that's trying to come out here. So give me just a moment. I will be right back. Okay, so the reverse interpretation of the Weaver is you're reaching the end of a particular period of your life, yet rather than feeling fulfilled, something still feels incomplete. Do you lack closure to something, or is a previous negative experience coloring your current situation? There's a loose end somewhere that needs tying off in order for you to feel complete and happy in this moment. That's very interesting. Oh, on the next page, we actually have the Witch too, and that came out reversed. So let me go ahead and just read that too, and then we'll jump over to the Weaver reversed. So the Witch reversed. It's tempting to buck convention by dismissing it entirely, but most processes become well established because they actually work. While you're busy forging your own path, don't completely forget about the paths that have been laid before. You can borrow inspiration without being trapped by the rigidity of institution. Borrow, change, and adapt as needed. So it's interesting. It's like the things, so even though you're coming into an old gift in a new repurposed way, there's still a reason why you went so long without doing it, because that means you were learning things along the way that were somehow, even if unrelated or perceived as unrelated, they're going to help you in this new path. So there's going to be skill sets that you picked up and learned along the way that are going to be extremely important to what you're doing. So it's kind of like saying, you've been hurt in the past, you've been burned, but you've also learned a ton. And there's going to be a lot of aspects to what you went through that are going to pertain to what you're going to be doing. And it wasn't an accident that you went through it. So that's actually a really helpful message there. Okay, the Champion reversed. Instead of triumph, you are experiencing defeat and lack of ambition. If this continues for too long, you may feel as though you are stagnating or losing interest in things that you previously had a passion for. Emotionally, you may be needing some external support to bolster your belief in yourself. So that reminded me of that Five of Swords, right? You're kind of really thinking about the people who sort of fell off in the past, and you're letting that sort of, it's not unmotivating to you, but like it is hard to do things alone, especially as you're trying to have the confidence to embark on this new journey and really embrace this gift that you have, especially because you might feel a little rusty with it. So there's actually a couple more Oracle cards I'm going to address here. But anyway, but then you've got that King of Swords. So you've got somebody that's got your back in this, which is super cool. So you're really not going to be alone in this, which is really helpful. We had the Sailor come out. New influences and wanderlust. Okay, well, there may be some aspect of water here that's significant to you. But it's cool that you may actually travel for this new creative thing. That would be really interesting if that happened for you. And then we have the Guide, inheritance and correction. So yeah, you're correcting your path. Also too, I think with that, I think it was Six of Pentacles. I think it was even saying like inheritance too, or something I read earlier was talking about inheritance. So there is something here about inheritance, or like getting redirected on the right path. Maybe it is like with family, like, because we did have 10 of Pentacles. So you're getting back on the right path for sure. And it's definitely benefiting you financially, or it's going to. And you may be able to travel too, which is going to be really fun. This is really cool about like that King of Swords. Like maybe you're going to be traveling with that King of Swords too, and just really having a great time, like feeling fulfilled in your career, expressing your gift like you've always wanted to do. You know what? I'm going to grab a final Oracle message from my Oracle cards deck, because I just want to give you a little word of encouragement to keep going where you're going, because this is beautiful. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's going to happen for you. Just try to really have the courage and bravery and that strength, to go for it, to realize that you do have support. And even if it's not a ton of people, you really only need a few really solid, loyal people at your side who are willing to work hard and see things through with you, and it's going to make things happen. Because that intention is there, that belief is there, that skill is there. I mean, come on, like how much came out about this being like your gift? You don't have to force a gift. You just have to embrace that it really is a gift and that it's for you. Meditate on the answer is what came out. Of course, I just lost that card to the floor. Okay, meditate on the answer is what came through. So it was kind of saying too in those Oracle cards that you may not be feeling like fully inspired, or like just a little bit of reservation still, like around going down this path. But it's like it's telling you that you're gonna find out if you really kind of go within. The peace I seek resides within me. That's at the bottom of the deck here. So there is something here about meditation, and if you feel unclear about what you should do or what the answers are, you're going to find them within meditation. Any other final messages for this beautiful, talented High Priestess energy that we have coming through here? Beauty is all around you. Okay, so gratitude. Gratitude is going to be a big thing for you too. And I am peaceful and one with the earth. Okay. So if the beauty is all around you, that always reminds me of nature, the nature of reality. And the nature of nature is beautiful, okay? And so are you. You're a piece of nature. So find the beauty within yourself, find the beauty within others, find the beauty within nature, and being at peace with your surroundings and the earth and just like your general circumstances now, as you're building this new path for yourself, as you're embracing your skill set, you're being called to also be appreciative of the process. You're being called to be appreciative of each step along the journey that's leading you toward that 10 of Pentacles. So even if you're not there yet, you can still find the beauty in every step along the way. And what's being reminded to me as well is that, remember how I was saying, like, each step along this process that you've been through, even if it felt totally unrelated or like it was just a blockage or something like that to like where you really should be, like how you got off your path before and it seemed like it was like not relevant, it totally is relevant. And so anything that comes up again that sort of seems irrelevant, or you're like, why am I doing this? It feels like it's sort of staying in the way of my process. It's not, okay? It's helping in some way. It's teaching you something that will be of use later. So be grateful for any sort of hiccups along the way. Be grateful for no's too. You can be told no, and that's fine. There's a reason why you're being told no. And it doesn't mean that you need to change your path or do something different. Like, it's really all, the answer will be revealed to you. Meditation will be helpful in revealing certain answers to yourself, but it's almost like don't force anything, okay? So if you're told no multiple times, or like you're told no once but you feel called to try again, or you're told no once and you're like, okay, like that was your answer, like you felt like, okay, like that's all I needed to hear and like now I can move on with something else. It's like no's can mean different things, but no matter what, to embrace them, if that makes sense. Like, no matter what happens along the way, even if it feels like a distraction or it feels like it's not in alignment with what you're doing, everything up until this point, like everything happens for a reason basically, and you may not know that reason until like way later down the line, and then you'll look back and say, oh, that had to happen in order for me to learn this, and oh, that had to happen. I mean, think about everything you've been through so far, like every heartbreak, every lesson, like you're like, oh yeah, like that taught me this, so that later down the line when I met this person or this situation happened, I felt more equipped, I was more ready to handle it because I had been through something similar, or I knew, like, you just had the confidence because of past experiences, even if like at the time you're like, what the heck, this makes no sense, or like, why is this happening? It always ends up making sense down the line. So okay, I hope that was helpful to you, Capricorn. I really liked that one. Please hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed that, and drop a comment too if there was a certain part that really spoke to you. I'd love to hear about it. We'll see you next time.